is going to report their names. What we're going to do is we're going to take turns. We're going to do isometric holds. Isometrics are good. What's one reason that isometrics are good?
Tightness, probably.
What?
Tightness.
Tightness. What?
Tightness.
Tightness. Oh, okay.
I would think so.
That's true. What I was looking for was you will not get sore doing isometrics. Okay? Isometrics are a way, why don't you come up here and take a turn because you already know what we're in for. Isometrics are a way of working at maximum force without developing a lot of soreness because there's no eccentric movements in it. Alright? How we'll do this is Dan will set it up, he'll load the bar for you, you lock in, you'll pull the weight out of Dan's hands, and then we'll count to 7.
Keep the straps straight.
You got to keep that strap
You lose that, then
tight.
All right, ready?
Yep.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Why do we use the strap instead of having them just hold it stationary? Because really, I could say what a lot of people on YouTube will say is put a little slack in it. All right? I got it. Oh, I'm doing static holds. I'm doing isometrics. Why is that crap? Not crap. I'm not saying they're wrong. Why is that not right?
Because you're not applying your force to the load.
When we're doing this, it's exactly what Dan said. What we got on the plate right now is a 45-pound plate and one 11-pound plate. All right, so let go. So I got to put the 56 pounds on it to hold it. But I'm also holding 56 pounds here. Don't grab it, right? No matter where I'm at, I'm still holding the 56 pounds. To pull that strap tight, I got to apply the 56 pounds plus something extra. Well, how much extra? I don't really know. Okay? But if I can do 100 pounds of side pressure, I can easily put 100 pounds of side pressure in there and keep that strap tight. If I can only do 100 pounds of side pressure and there's 100 pounds on it, I can't keep that strap tight. It'll slap. Who's next?
We're starting with lightweight.
We're doing right-handed. Go to the other side.
We're just going to progress up.
And what's your name?
John.
John. It's the 45.
This is the 45. You'll get locked in.
You guys will all be able to do the whole stack. We go pretty quick.
Yeah, this won't be too bad. Okay, when I let go, I'm going to count. Ready? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Now we are doing just the plank strap, which forces you to clench a fist and hold it tight because that's what Travis preaches. Travis loves that style. It's his seminar, so I'm supporting that.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job.
I rarely do that. What's your name, buddy?
Jeremy.
Jeremy. We'll do it. You can do isometrics with any handle. I prefer a bigger, fatter handle. I prefer the multi-spinner for it. Who's next?
Do you agree that restrictive exercises will make you stronger than doing repetition exercises?
I don't know. It might. I don't know. Everything I preach is based off Westside Barbell, which is a powerlifting club. And since they have to do full range exercises in the bench, the squat, and the deadlift, that's how I judge it. It might make you stronger.
Okay.
But I know isometrics allow you to train very, very heavy without getting sore. So theoretically, you could probably train more doing
Restrictive
isometrics.
exercises strengthen the tendons in your body. The tendon strength is what makes the muscle strong.
Roger. I'll definitely agree to that.
That connects to the bone is what stops the muscle from breaking up when you're working on it.
I agree. Are you the last one?
Okay, yes, sir.
All right, half stack, and the first guy come back up again. You're back up here. I agree with what you're
It
saying.
makes you stronger if you do tendon exercises than if you lift weights. If you actually spend a lot of time on the tendon, bigger the tendon, the faster the horse. 6.
I definitely agree. One of my favorite tendon exercises is the JM press, which has helped a lot of us with elbows.
But when you're doing the arm tendon, exercises, you want to do the back, the rectus abdominis, the legs, and the feet, and do them all at the same time, when your whole body is doing restrictive exercise. Every muscle is getting worked.
Let's keep going. I absolutely agree with what you're saying. What we're doing, we're just going to build up to it. We're going to get to the stack. I want to figure out, I want to get to where you guys are actually hitting your backs, because one of the other advantages to an isometric is, I don't know,
7.
it allows you to pinpoint where your weakness is.
7,
Right?
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
See how his hand's quivering? He doesn't have an arm problem. He can easily do that. Who's next? Come on up there. When your hand starts shaking, that will indicate that you have a weakness in your wrist. His grip's probably plenty fine, his arm's plenty fine, but as soon as that starts happening, I don't want to say wrist problems, I'm just saying your wrist is weaker than your arm. So that will tell him he doesn't need to go out and do a whole bunch more bicep curls or bench presses. What he needs to do is some wrist work.
That's okay, because you'll get stronger.
And it's, whether it's pronating or reverse wrist curls or something like that, but he needs to strengthen up that wrist. Not even his hand, it's his wrist.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Good job.
You see a little quivering there. And what you'll also see is when the weights get up, people start curling the wrist in more to start, and then they'll eventually, as the weights get really heavy, they will completely flop and take the wrist completely out of it. It's all legit work. It's all strength is important, but isometrics allow you to load your arm in certain positions and find out exactly where you're weak. Is that the whole line? Is that everybody?
Yeah.
All right, full stack. Let's get back up here, Adam.
Get it up.
What's the disadvantage of isometrics? They're almost perfect. They're almost perfect exercises, but they do have disadvantages to them.
If you get knocked out of that motion.
Could be, but there's nothing to say you can't put that isometric up in 10-degree increments from losing to winning.
5, 4.
What would be a disadvantage?
1. Good job.
Someone taking his hand.
Well, you can train his hand. What I was looking for is, if you train a lot of isometrics and you skip the full range motion stuff, you will lose coordination. Isometrics are bad because of what it does. You get positioned to lock up and there's no motion there. So,
You're going to lock it in yourself.
Can you get so good that your lock is just
There it is.
on point?
you can, but you should still train full range motion or something like that for that. I do my isometrics at the end of the night, at the end of the workout.
Because you already spent and it helps.
Yeah. And you already know where you're kind of tired, so you say, oh, okay, this is what it needs to work on.
That's what's out there. It's going that. It's trying to open here.
You're not done. You'll keep playing.
You're setting up out here. Try to set up more of the shoulder from there.
Stay tight.
7, 6, 5, 4.
Come on, Jeremy, hold this.
2, 1. Good job.
All right. Does everybody see what just happened?
Yeah.
He dropped it twice, then he got it. What do you do?
You made an adjustment.
You made an adjustment. You can lift a lightweight lots of different ways. If I give you this 2.5-pound plate and say put it over your head, you can lift it right-handed, left-handed, forward, backwards, toss it. If I give you a 110-pound plate and say put it over your head, you're going to do it one way. You can only lift your maximum weight in one position. Isometrics allow you to train that, and then if you find out what that is, if that's not, if your strongest position is not in the position you need to be to top roll somebody,
5, 4, 3,
it will indicate where you need to work on your weaknesses. All right, that was a full stack. Everybody get it? All right, let's add, add 25 to it or add 10 to it? It's your class.
Whatever y'all feel.
Doing small.
25! Put 25 on it! 25
Hey, the last group.
Put Todd Hutchings on it.
Simon Barachoa had a 25, a 10, a 5, and a 2.5 on it.
Jesus.
Yep.
Is that what we're
And he was the shortest
If you're
guy.
giving me something to work for, I mean,
He was the shortest guy in the class, and he had the smallest hands. And the other guy, well, that other guy had to have been about 6'5". He was easily 280 pounds.
Yeah, he did. So,
Was that in San Francisco or was
Huh?
it a long time ago?
No, it was
right
like
here,
15 minutes ago.
Okay.
And Simon Barachoa is not known as a top roller. Oh, and it was with this handle, no less.
yeah.
Does it make it much harder?
That's
Does that make it much harder?
It makes it different. Some people lifted more, some people couldn't lift any.
I feel like that would help. I don't know.
Put some chocolate in your hand.
What's his weakness?
Wrist.
Well, curling, cupping, rising, pronating, what was it?
Cupping?
He has a pronating problem, right? His wrist didn't open this way, his wrist twisted. But he'll probably, if he took a step closer to the machine and got that shoulder behind it, you'd probably be able to lock that wrist in a little bit better. No, still pronating problem, isn't it?
Yeah, still that pronator.
You could probably hold it with your wrist laid back, but probably.
Flop it.
That's what other people were doing.
Yeah. He'll catch it so you won't tear it up.
7. Ready? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Jerry Cataract makes a lot of money arm wrestling that way. It hurts. I mean, it'll ruin your day, but he does make money arm wrestling that way.
And you said he's the most deceptive. He covers his move better than anyone.
Jerry Cataract's got the best setup of anybody I've ever arm wrestled. Because he can go from 2 different directions and you have no idea by his setup where he's going. Even when Brazil sets up, you can kind of tell if he's going to hook to your top roll.
4, 3,
There you go.
1. Great job.
See how he shakes though? That's a stabilization problem, but it's not so much in his wrist. He's got a stabilization problem in his elbow. You know, if it's just the hand doing the Michael J. Fox thing, it's a wrist problem. But so, and I know he's a beginner because that elbow doesn't have that stability to it. See, he's got a stability problem in his hand.
Yeah, pull the slack out with both hands, and you'll know what you need to put on.
Go ahead and pull as hard as you can.
Yeah, get locked.
Yep, try to
7,
finish.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. I got you.
Isometrics, if you cut weight to make a class, you're training at max force, but you're not building a lot of muscle mass, so you're not gaining weight with these. These are very nice exercises if you're trying to make weight into a lower weight class.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is that everybody?
I think Alex wants one.
Oh, you going left? No, they did.
You can do left, just push the table.
I just got to push this table a little bit more to line you up.
Because the line is not quite right.
Sorry, you got weights on my bed. You want to fill it first?
That's because nobody cares about
Right
like
there's what you're getting. Ready? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Nope. I was watching the strap. What went? He didn't even warm up, huh? Oh. Yeah. We had a kid in the last class. His hand was iron, but it just pulled his elbow out. He finally ended up. Now I think if you come back in a few minutes and stand up differently, you'll get it.
I was going to say, if Alex would have started at the beginning, he might have warmed up.
Yeah, it's rough to come in here without warming up.
I've been pulling today's rules.
Our problem is start to run this guy.
And you can also set this up, obviously, where the weight's coming perpendicular to the table, so it's more back pressure, right?
I have a question, Dad.
Sure.
I like some of the things you said.
I would like a list of the things you don't like, I said.
Why? Okay, let's say you're using chin-ups for an exercise. What would be the reason that you think that if you did the pulling from here, don't use the hand? Why would you say that pulling from here would be better for you than grabbing the hand? I heard you say before with the strap, with something, you put a thing around your wrist and said, if you're going to pull from there.
I said, a lot of these handles nowadays, this is homemade because when I started, you couldn't buy them. So there's wrist wrenches and everything else, right? A lot of these handles now come where there's a strap that runs around the back of your hand, right? So it's still, I am not a fan of those. I'm not a fan of these because with that strap around my hand, if I just flex my hand, I can apply force without actually cupping or gripping with my hands. My hand's basically tied to it. Without that strap around the back of my hand, it forces me to grip this, curl it, and pronate it. But once I tie a strap around the back of my hand, it changes the whole method. It takes my hand out of it. What I said was, if you want to train for a strap match with this handle, go ahead. Don't tie the handle to your hand though. These are normal weightlifting wrist straps that go around your wrist, right? So a normal weightlifting wrist strap is a loop that comes around your hand, and then you can wrap it. Then you can wrap it around the handle like that, okay? And that will train you for strap matches. That's what I said. I didn't. you know. I'm a big fan. I don't train in the strap. I pull in the straps every chance I get. I do not train in the straps.
Because the fingers are so important in arm wrestling.
Until you tie a strap around them. Huh?
You want to do the rolling handle now?
Yeah. We're going to set up to this. The fingers are super important unless you're in a strap match, and then then you can open your hand up and flop it over, and you can still put force to it. So what we're going to do now is, I'm a big fan of the West Side barbell system. So they preach the conjugate system, which is mostly just variation, variation, variation. So we're going to do the same. We're going to go back to, everybody did the 45 and the 25, right? Pretty easily. So we're going to take a few steps back. We're going to do it with this multi-spinner handle. And what you'll see is just changing that will force you into a new body position. Okay? But it's the same exercise. So you're first, let's go. You gotta wrap it around at least once. Just make sure that make sure the strap runs over the top of your index finger. We're gonna wrap it this way. You can grab it, just grab it underneath this. I don't care where you put your thumb. I just don't want you putting I had people putting it through the middle of their fingers. Okay?
It defeats the purpose, right?
Yeah. This forces you to cup, pronate, and then you still got to generate some side pressure to it.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
And this will highlight wrist stability issues. Because what it does, first it moves the force a little bit farther away, but it takes that clenched fist grip out of it. So you now have to be able to apply a lot of force, keeping your fingers relaxed. When you had the strap, you had to squeeze the strap as tight as you could.
Keep from the camera.
you got wrist problems.
He's here. I ain't even given it away yet. 7. Oh, you had it too.
Put your right foot more under the table. Lock that shoulder in a little bit more. But yeah, you've got
Yeah, you got it. You switched positions to everything.
He needs wrist work, right?
Yeah, but he was shaking before I even give it to him.
He needs cupping work. You know, he needs to train his wrist in a cupping motion.
Right, right. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right, we're gonna change the rules a little bit. I told you I didn't care where you put your thumbs, but I don't want you putting your thumb on top of the strap. I don't care if your thumb is on this side, but I want this strap free and unfettered.
Okay.
Yeah. You can do it again. You're not disqualified. You know, you still get it. There we go.
Wait a minute.
Forces you to pronate more.
Yeah.
You actually dropped your wrist a little bit more, but you kept it curled. All right. Full stack. Everybody breathes through the full stack with the orange strap.
Now we had some fellows in the last group that couldn't do 25 on this, had it, and then he come back and done 10 more pounds. He told him it was no good.
That is something you will see. I'm a big believer in 1 rep maxes, knowing your personal best. All right. You will, if you train for 1 rep maxes, it will happen to you more often than not, where you will try a weight that you cannot lift. Right. Try it a second time, you can't lift it. Usually on your third or fourth time, you will lift a weight that you could not lift an hour ago. Right? When you train at maximum effort, it stresses your body and forces your body into a mode that it's either got to accommodate it or protect it. In most cases, the brain will find new connections and will engage more muscles and it will actually lift a weight that you couldn't lift earlier. The problem with that is if you do that 3 or 4 weeks in a row, the brain says, after that, and it starts protecting the other way and it actually starts making you weaker. So, you get around those plateaus, change the exercise. You do a 1 rep max. The next week, a 1 rep max on a different exercise. Get a different exercise. If you're an experienced roller, don't come back to the first one for about 12 weeks. What the West Side Barbell teaches is they'll have 12 or 15 different types of bench pressing, and they will set a personal best every week. But it's a different one of the 15 types of bench pressing. You can do the same thing on arm wrestling. Arm wrestling is actually easier. Because you can set a 1 rep max like this, then you can spin the table and set a 1 rep max, then you can switch the handle, and you got 2 more. Almost all arm, if you've been in arm wrestling more than 3 or 4 years, you probably got 6 or 7 handles of yourself, right? 6 handles, 2 table positions, that's 12 exercises. If it's a home gym, you can have a high pulley and a low pulley. That's 24 exercises right off the mat. Real easy.
That's his biggest weakness. He needs some porch chin-ups, don't he, Mike? I'm sorry.
You made him punch himself.
Hey, I'm not picking on him. Yeah, it's been working. He's winning, ready?
What happens a lot on this highlights pronator problems. A lot of times the handle will flip right out, so he'll catch the weight.
Hey, I'm bragging on your chin-ups, dude. They're working. You're fucking good at
Pretty much all I'm known for.
Hey, you got other people building porches to do it.
You guys are 47 pounds away from Simon's max. Okay, just so you know.
Let's go straight there.
We're gonna go there slowly.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good job. I
See?
counted. Ass
Tighten
backwards.
He tightened up, but he's not so straight up anymore. Looking at it, right? He's not locked
Doing
in.
it
He's got that
properly.
shoulder. He still has a stability problem, but that was a lot more weight.
A lot better.
Was that everybody?
Let me just.
Do we add 25 or 10 to it?
30.
This group's about half the size of the last one.
Roger's one.
Probably 10. Everyone's in.
Go straight to
Have one rep max. All right, all right.
Here's the most that was done on the last one.
Yeah, let everybody try. And then we can come down and work that out.
I'll try again. Eventually, to change the.
This is what Simon did. This is
It was
And he held it?
206 pounds.
He held it.
Yeah,
held it for
206
7.
pounds.
Huh?
Was he shaking?
206.
Was he shaking?
He was. I mean, but he held that black strap tight.
Unless my math's wrong, but that's what we counted it as last time, 206. But this is the exact amount.
That's what we're counting it now. It's all right. Just come back, try a different position.
Which what's funny, now you'll be able to do that without that on there without that. You want to feel what it feels like before you start, or you gotta lock it in?
But see how you have to generate a lot of force in that arm and still stay focused and relaxed to control that hand.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job.
I think I can do more.
Good job. I think you can too.
It's all positioning.
And that's his right. That ain't even your good arm, is it?
It's my dumb arm.
Tell me when you're ready.
But like you said, it's this peg holder's not going. Bless your travels.
See,
It's hard.
that time it opened up. It was actually helping that let loose with this highlights a pronating problem. So that first time he locked it.
I think I could do it left.
Huh?
I want to try it left.
Want to try that way? Do you want to go
That
down? Push the table a little bit more so it lines back up. Yeah. Step on the side. That's all right. You want to try this, or you want to do some? Want to warm up? Nah, I just want the. I want the world record. Right off the top. That's the same thing.
Don't worry, I got
It's just coming at a cold.
That's the world record.
No. It's the record.
It's the world record.
Today's record.
But it was established less than an hour ago.
It's not established yet per se. I mean, we're about to do it.
I mean, that was what Simon left it right. You tied it, so yeah, it's about to get broken right here.
I'm breaking.
I feel like he's stronger.
Sorry.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You got it.
Definitely. He's a lot more solid too. His hand didn't.
Oh, yeah.
No warm up or nothing. He just said, put it
Fuck that
on.
warm up.
Throw
Let's just go let's just go roll the car over. Push the table back this way.
So Michael Todd says,
Push it this way.
Oh, it's the table that moves. Not that one.
What do you want to put on it?
Another 10, I guess.
so he's going for the record.
Is that a 10 or a 5?
All right, so 216.
Come on, Roger.
216.
All right, go.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I
got this.
Go ahead, Roger.
Another 10?
Roger, we got to turn it.
I'm going to have to
You should probably take the 2 10s and the 5 off and throw that quarter on there.
on it now.
Yeah. We're running. Guys might have to go next door and get more plates. Let's pull the 5 off too. Right. That puts you back to where you were. Now you can throw a 10 on top of it. Right? And that should be 10 more than you had.
Yes. Ready?
Yep.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I got you.
Another one.
You want it all?
Yeah, put them on.
He wants it all.
I can go get another 40. I can go get a 45.
I'm gonna try to be in one piece.
Did we get 216 or 226 before?
That was 226.
Okay, 226, 236. These fives.
Easy.
We're going to have a problem.
Can't stack it all.
The other side.
Oh, we got the other side. So that was 10, 236, 246, and 5. 251. Right?
Come on, Roger, fire.
I'm from Texas. I can't count that high.
Come on, Roger, fire.
Go.
7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Good job.
What is that weight-wise?
Let's double check, but let's see. 50, 20, 50, 20, 70, 70, and 10. Any 10s? Those 10s?
Those are 5.
Those are 5s? Start over. 50, 70, 80, 90, and then the 5, 95, 95, and 45 what?
95, 45.
35 plus 5.
Dude's going to get late. Dum, dum, dum.
Oh my God, I'm trying to put that in as my password. $262. Sorry. 262.
Here's another 30 pounds.
Stubborn.
Huh? Yeah, that's another 30.
Oh.
What the hell? These have a little hole in them.
You might get the other word.
Legend right here.
I'm going to grab the other plates next door.
In the middle. You probably see what I mean? Good for you too.
God, he elbowed it up. This is looking like that Bruce Willis movie. He's bench pressing with paint cans. Loaded slowly because a lot of those weights aren't
Oh
attached.
God, my foot.
Just add 30 whatever we had.
Okay. That'd be 292.
Go.
You want to try it again?
You're close.
Push it.
But what's
Push it. Come on.
Right, get your
Go
angle
when you're
forward.
ready.
Get it. Come on.
Go. 7,
Hold it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job.
Did you see what that loose the first 2 times over? It wasn't his hand. His arm went back.
Yep. Is that a good sign? Does that mean the
It
hand?
tells you his arm went to work.
That was a low weight.
262.
Did you set a timer for that? I don't know how long
The timer's going off at 31 seconds.
Oh!
Oh, for the similar.
See, that's perfect. We got this down to a science. Woo! In the transition, we got to go get some more 45-pound plates out of there.
We gotta have some different. Where'd you get these back?
I got them from back there. Any other questions? What's the disadvantage of isometrics?
You get used to that one.
One.
On the spot, so we're ready to switch. Anytime you're ready. All right, let's switch. Coordination, isometric